Now, I want to move to the US election, US politics. The latest data, if you can trust it, you can't trust the polls, we know that, but the latest polling has Trump falling behind in the polls and Biden absurdly picking up steam. I don't quite know how that's possible. And it's actually at the same time as Vision overnight is showing that President Biden was caught on camera appearing to trip and fall while he was climbing the stairs onto Air Force One. I mean, it can happen to anyone, especially if you're in heels, Jenna. Not the Bidens in heels.
I mean, it's Pride Month.
No, of course. It is Pride Month.
It is really concerning, and it just goes to highlight the fact that everyone is really concerned, the fact that he is an ageing gentleman, of course. But one thing that is really interesting that I saw overnight, Sharri, is the fact that Trump, and I know that we've got Nikki Haley who's decided to throw a hat in the ring for the potential Republican nominee moving forward. Trump has decided to go down to Ohio and actually talk to people on the ground amidst all of the trauma and the drama that's happening there. That is going to go a long way when it comes to not only the general election, but also winning the potential ballot within the Republican Party, because that's Rust Belt. That's bread and butter for the Republicans. So it is interesting to see that Trump's playing that game now, this far out from not only the general but the primary as well.
Why do you think DeSantis hasn't entered the race yet? Why is he taking such a long time?
Well, he's a young bloke. He's just won a re-election in Florida, 4 years. He could completely wait it out, let Trump run again, punch himself out, and then get a free run at the nomination in 2028. However, when your moment is there, it might be a little too early, it might be a little too late for what you were planning, but clearly anyone who wants a Republican to win but doesn't think Donald Trump's the one to do it thinks DeSantis is the one to get there.
Yeah.
What's interesting and always important to remember about this is, regardless of whether you like or dislike Trump, right? If 15 people run for the Republican nomination, Trump wins because it's winner take all and he has a strong 35% of the vote, right? So if everyone else is getting 7, 2, 6, 5, 32%, then it goes away.
It doesn't look like a big field at this point in time. And you've only got Nikki Haley and Trump who've declared.
Well, this is it. Well, there's a chance that Senator Scott, who's who's an African-American senator, he might jump in, a couple of governors.
In Pompeo, we're still seeing, I mean, he was expected to announce in January. His plans must have changed.
Well, correct. But also it's this thing where do you want to go through the wood chipper that is running against Trump, which is why the only sort of other equal-sized gorilla who's going to have the same political skill and the same amount of money is going to be DeSantis. But really important to note here, right, and Jenna was 1,000% on it, as always, Donald, about Ohio. So this train derailment happened in Ohio. Ohio used to be a swing state. Democrats used to not be able to win the presidency without winning Ohio. Trump turned that hard red.
Yes.
It's an area where Buttigieg goes tomorrow, the transport secretary, but Trump turned up, Trump buys everyone something at McDonald's. The good bloke factor is just as important in American politics as it is here. I think it absolutely helps him in the nomination fight, but in the general, the problem is, and the Republicans need to learn the lesson from November last year. It's one thing to just define the problem and assume everyone will vote for you because something is a problem. You have to offer solutions. Remember, inflation, all the other issues that were there going in, but if all they think is you're the one complaining about them, not offering a solution, they won't vote for you.
And it's actually, your point about Ohio, it's a point that Sean Spicer made to me when I interviewed him on the show earlier this week. He was actually critical of Biden going to Ukraine and failing to visit that state, the Rust Belt state.